Okay, so we're going to talk about the top 10 Zetas for the month of February 2018. And I just want to say the biggest thing that it comes down to when Zetaing heroes is, are you using them in the squad arena? For me, everything in this game filters down from the squad arena and it works downwards. And we're going to talk about that with Darth Maul and why I think that if you focus on Zetaing heroes in your arena, you won't regret it later. Darth Maul was a dominant team a year ago, and I put the Zeta Power of Hatred on him. And that worked very well. It's an amazing Zeta. It works very well with Sith teams. Now, Darth Maul fell out of favor, and he's no longer arena viable, but there's more to the game than squad arena. There's territory wars and territory battles, and I get a ton of use out of the Zeta out of Darth Maul. So what I'm saying is, don't run out and Zeta Darth Maul, but focus on your Zetas on your squad arena team because they won't be wasted. Those heroes filter down into other parts of the game, and even like on Darth Maul, he has an amazing ship. So that Zeta adds to his power, which adds to the power of the ship, and that is great. Now, the only exception that I can think to that is of Finn. And Finn is, in my opinion, the best Zeta in the game. There's a link up in the top right-hand corner on why I think so. And that is because by putting one Zeta on Finn, you can take Gear 8 Resistance in a combo team with Finn, Poe, and Resistance Trooper and two other Resistance hero, and you can go through and defeat light side territory battles. This is a pretty big deal because it doesn't require them getting to gear 12 or anything like that. You can undergear these heroes. So that is in a very, very, very efficient Zeta. One Zeta basically makes 5 heroes viable even in phase 6 of territory battles. This is a big deal. The rest of these heroes on this list are mostly heroes that have been important in the arena currently, and I know they're going to be a good investment to put Zetas on for the long term. Jedi Training Rey has 3 Zetas, so if you're playing Jedi Training Rey as a leadership in the arena, I highly recommend doing all 3. The leadership one seems the most important right here because when a resistance ally uses a special ability, if they aren't debuffed, reduce their cooldowns by 1. That seems to fuel R2-D2 and BB-8 to going off very quickly. Then she has another one which makes her very hard to land negative status effects. She has like an auto self-cleanse, and then she also has a lot of extra damage and foresight. So there's not going to be a time where putting Zetas on Rey is going to be bad. This is going to be a good long-term hero that is going to be good for a very long time. Because as the game progresses, new heroes are going to come out and they're going to be better and better. So you want to be putting the Zetas on heroes that are currently good so that they're still going to be good in the long run in Galactic War, Territory Battles, and Territory Wars. Next on the list is Commander Luke Skywalker. Also, this is a very similar situation to that of Jedi Training Rey, but the main one and the most important one to put on him is his unique It Binds All Things. Whenever Luke resists a detrimental effect, he recovers 5% protection. That's not the important part. Right here. Whenever Luke inflicts a debuff, he gains 10% turn meter, and all other allies gain half that amount. So that even if he's not a leader, this is affecting the entire team. His basic attack has an opportunity of doing 2 negative status effects, and his middle ability right here, Use the Force, can also put 2 negative status effects. So you want the potency on Commander Luke to be very high because he's going to be giving turn meter to the entire team. Very, very good. Learn Control is an okay Zeta. I don't know if I would go out of my way to put this Zeta on Luke if I was not currently running him in my arena team. This other one, though, is very, very good. And on his leadership ability, me, myself, and my personal account, I didn't even bother putting this Zeta on him. Next on the list is Darth Vader. Now, we got to pause and talk about Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine in the same context. Now, I am really big on Emperor Palpatine and Darth Vader teams right now, especially Emperor Palpatine leadership. These characters are relatively easy to get early, and they're very, very strong currently. I don't know if they're better than Jedi Training Rey, but I'm really excited about them. Now, the most important Zeta of the two, because there's two on each one of them, in my opinion, is Emperor Palpatine's leadership ability. Then his Crackling Doom right here, which will make Palpatine a lot stronger and less squishy. Now, when it comes to Darth Vader, he has a leadership ability, which is probably one of the most Zeta ability in the entire game, and that was because this leadership ability allows for the soloing of the Rancor event. Now, if you don't have a way of soloing the Rancor event, I would highly suggest this Zeta. And then lastly, this No Escape seems a little bit underwhelming to me, and the only way that I would do this is probably after we see what all the Sith characters are in the new Sith raid. This could be a very useful, especially in territory battles and territory wars, but it is not a must-have. I highly recommend both of these heroes right now in the game. I think they're the future of the game. I think these characters are going to be good very long term, and Darth Vader has an amazing ship. Next on the list is R2-D2. Now, out of all the heroes on this entire list, I believe this is the one that you should Zeta first. If you have R2-D2 at any star level, I would take him as high as possible first. I would stop developing other heroes and just focus on R2-D2 because he is an amazing utility character that works in many teams. If I could have duplicates of R2-D2, I would use him in so many different places, especially in territory wars and territory battles. He's amazing. He's good on droid teams. He's good on Galactic Republic teams. He's good on Rebel teams. He's good on Resistance teams. He has a ton of tags, and there are two Zetas, and both of them are a no-brainer in my opinion. Number Crunch is probably the best Zeta in the entire game, aside from Finn, maybe second only to Finn, and this is the most popular Zeta out of all the heroes in the entire game. Recently passed up Darth Vader's leadership ability. This Number Crunch gives bonus stats to other people on the team. It is very good, very useful, and I highly recommend combat analysis as well, because whenever R2-D2 is active and whenever a light side ally scores a critical hit, dispel all debuffs on them. This is a soft cleanse ability. I love this. These two Zetas, if you have R2-D2, I would recommend these two first because they are very good. Now, Thrawn, in my opinion, is the best dark side character in the entire game, plus his capital ship is absolutely amazing. You will not regret putting the Zeta on Ebb and Flow, which basically increases the counter chance and tenacity while someone is fractured. This also helps a lot with the turn meter. Thrawn is good in all parts of the game: raids, galactic wars, territory battles, territory wars, and in the squad arena. Now, his leadership ability, I did not go and Zeta on my personal account. It's a little bit lackluster. Raid Han. Now, Raid Han is just insane with the damage. One of the best by far. Can't say enough good things about Raid Han. And the Zeta, which basically allows him to shoot twice on this ability, and it makes it really good. A combo of Commander Luke and Han Solo can solo the Rancor. This right here, Zeta, makes Raid Han much better. The Zeta actually does something on an amazing hero. This is one of the other Zetas that I believe is a no-brainer as well. But if you're not playing Han Solo currently in your squad arena team, maybe choose a different hero. But if you are playing Raid Han in your squad arena team, this is like a no-brainer. This Zeta is absolutely amazing. Now, lastly, we're going to talk about Beerus. And Beerus has fallen out of favor. She's not being used in the squad arena, but she is being used quite a bit in territory wars because of her unique ability. Whenever an ally is critically hit, they recover 20% of their maxed health. And then she also has a soft cleanse on her turn, which affects the whole team. This is like a miniature leadership without making her a leader. Now, the bad news about Beerus is that she does no damage at all. She's only really good under a General Kenobi lead, because then her Force heal levelization spell also becomes an attack when used in conjunction with General Kenobi. Well, there you have it. There are the heroes that I suggest Zetaing in the month of February. My general suggestion is to Zeta heroes that are you using in your squad arena team. Even if those heroes fall out of favor, they're going to have a lot of longevity in the game in other parts of the game. Everything seems to filter down from squad arena, and then it works down to territory wars, territory battles, the raids, galactic wars, all of that good stuff. Check back in a couple days. I'll be heading up to Capital Games headquarters. Be sure to turn on notifications and subscribe, because I will be reporting back with all of the goodies. I'm hoping to find out a bunch of good stuff about a quality of life update, as well as the new Sith raid. And as always, thanks for watching and keep on gaming.